Hi Aries, welcome to Universal Guidance. It's time for your weekly reading. So I've shuffled these cards really good, so let's get started. I'm going to shuffle 3 more times, and then I will cut them. I have a 3-way cut that I always do. And let's get started here. For Aries, your weekly reading. Is that all where you can see them? Let's see. Make sure here. Bring them down far enough. All right. For our Aries, and there you are. The Queen of Wands, male or female. Okay, Aries. The overall energy of your reading is the 2 of Pentacles. You're confused. You're juggling some issues in your mind. You're going back and forth on something. And I need to find out why this surrounds your whole reading. And we will. Up here in your highest energy, the 8 of Pentacles. So you've been focused. You've been working on something. I think you've been working on moving forward because we have the Wheel of Fortune right here, right next to it, in your highest energy. So right next to the 8 of Pentacles, working and focusing, I think you're working and focusing on moving forward in your life. This Wheel of Fortune is right above the 2 of Pentacles. So you're weighing your options. That's what it feels like. You're like, you know, there's always options. So it feels like you're just kind of like, yes, I want to move forward, but do I want to do it that way or do I want to do it that way? How will each of these work? And so I think that's why the 2 of Pentacles is right here surrounding your whole reading. Next to the Wheel of Fortune. And, you know, let me remind you that the Wheel of Fortune is the universe. So they've got your back. They whisper in your ear. They push on your back. They nudge you. And they try to get you to go in a direction that's for your best, for your fortune, for your best. So, yeah, you are really concentrating on what to do, I think, for your future, actually. And it's sitting right next to the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands, you need to speak up about something. There is something like brewing, something that's been on your mind. It's part of the 2 of Pentacles. So the confusion, in order to get clear. I think it's in order to get clear on something so that you can move forward. Because you're willing and you are putting a lot of focus and work into yourself in order to move forward. But there's something here that you need to declare, or you just need to make clear to someone in order to help you move forward. Let's read on. Under the 8 of Pentacles, I have the Star card here. This is the card of Aquarius, so Aquarius might be in your chart, might be around this reading someplace. But more importantly, it is about the healing. This is deep healing, right down to your bare bones. This is seeing your own reflection in that pool of water, remembering who you are, why you're here. You don't really know why you're here, but you know in your heart what makes you comfortable, who you are, who you're supposed to be. This is right under the 8 of Pentacles. Focusing and working on yourself and moving forward. So this healing is a very spiritual card, like I said, and it is a big part of your moving forward with the universe. So it's right next to this card of confusion, or this card of which way do I go? How do I go about this? So in the process of focusing on yourself, you're healing And it's right next to, so this healing, I think it's the healing that is actually bringing about this urge and this wanting to change. The universe has stepped in. So they are trying to encourage you to do what's best for you. On the other side of the Two of Pentacles is the Queen of Wands. This is you, Aries. This is for Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This is your reading. It's right next to the center energy here, the Two of Pentacles. There's that wand of new beginnings and fresh starts, and that's what you're ready for. It's right below the Page of Wands. So that Page of Wands being in your highest energy is a really important card. There is something that you need to speak out about or speak up about or just declare. There is something that needs to come out of your mouth. And it's to help you to move forward because you are so ready and you are very focused on this. So far, if this sounds like you're reading, it probably is. If it doesn't sound like you're reading, it probably isn't. And check your moon and rising signs. So let's keep going. Under the Star card is the Knight of Swords. Now, this is rushing in to cut something out. This is moving fast. This is one of the fastest moving cards in the deck. There's a couple of fast moving cards. This is one of them. But this one has a sword. And that sword is there to charge with. And it is there for self-protection, for one thing. And the other thing is to move obstacles out of the way. That Page of Wands, that might be part of the effort here of the Knight of Swords, of getting obstacles out of the way. One obstacle you need to get out of the way is this healing here. So once you're done healing, it's like putting starter fluid in the carburetor, okay? It gets things rolling. So you really need to get healed, and you are in the process of doing that. And you are working really hard on yourself, and you are really looking forward to that new start, that fresh beginning. Right next to the Knight of Swords is the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is under all this confusion. So this is about the confusion. It's about the stress and the anxiety that comes with this confusion. Well, I think you're ready to cut that out. You sought advice from the universe about your path forward. That's what we've been talking about here. The Hermit. The Hermit has the lantern. And the lantern is shining right on this Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is right next to the Knight of Swords. So cutting out this confusion and anxiety and this stress is going to help you to move forward. And I really think this Page of Wands is very important in this reading. This is the card for Virgo. So Virgo might be in your chart, might be around this reading. It's a very spiritual card. It's really seeking advice from the universe on your path forward. What they're saying, you need to know your direction. You need to know which way to go. You need to put this Five of Wands behind you, okay? You probably need to find what you need to do here, and I think it involves that Page of Wands in order to get rid of the stress, the confusion, and the anxiety associated with reaching out to the universe here about your path forward. So 3 more shuffles. Three-way cut. And the second part of your reading. There's that wand. Okay. So, Aries, up here in your highest energy is the Three of Pentacles. Now that's a black card. That's like not being able to work with someone. That's close to that Page of Wands. It's almost as if you'd be better off working on whatever this project is, and it has to do with your own well-being, okay? On your own. It's like there's somebody in the picture that shouldn't be in the picture, somebody who's interfering with moving forward. It's next to this Five of Pentacles. These are all in your highest energy. So the Five of Pentacles is about, it's about being left out in the cold. It's about being left alone. Sometimes it's about being ghosted. But there are church windows there behind these figures, and that is just right close. All they have to do is walk through the doors and get warm and probably get food, you know. So I think this is part of your stress and your anxiety. Is I think you might need to let somebody go for you to move forward. It's next to the Fool card. The Fool card's next to the Five of Pentacles. This feels like the stress and anxiety here too. It feels like you don't want to make the wrong move. You're afraid to speak up about how you feel, about, what your inner self is telling you that you need to do in order to move forward. There's a lot of confusion involved in whether or not this is the right thing for you to do. According to these cards, see, it's like you jumped into something, okay? This is the Fool card. You jumped into something, and this probably left you alone too. This might not have to do with you having to let somebody go. This may have already happened, but it's about jumping into something carefree and throwing caution to the wind and bouncing along and then finding yourself at the edge of a cliff. So, this may have already happened. This may be what puts you into gear to start focusing and working on yourself and trying to find your own path forward. Under the Three of Pentacles is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands, this is about a soulmate connection. Now, this is coming out right under that Three of Pentacles. It's next to the Queen of Wands with that new beginning. That staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. I feel like, and it's next to the Magician over here, which is revealing things to us. So I think this reading is trying to clear some things up for you, because I feel like the whole energy of this reading is around your confusion and not knowing how to move forward. So this is a soulmate connection. It's right under that Three of Pentacles. So there was somebody in the picture that shouldn't have been in the picture. There is happiness and there is love with this card. A lot of times this is a card of marriage and happy marriage. It sits under that Three of Pentacles, and it sits next to the Queen of Wands with that staff of new beginnings. I think you're moving past some sort of a commitment that you thought was going to last forever, one of those type things. But now, what the cards are saying is you just moved too fast. I don't think you paid attention to the red flags and just kept moving forward in this relationship. Perhaps the other party was not moving forward with you. Excuse me. And so, next to the Four of Wands was that Magician. And so the Magician is under the being ghosted or left out in the cold, being alone or lonely card. It's also next to that Four of Wands. So the Magician is trying to reveal a couple things. So one thing is that your loneliness, came out of what's around this Magician. There's a lot of cards around this Magician. So it just feels like they're trying to reveal that I don't think this relationship was the right one for you, although you felt like it probably was, because you were just like, you know, happy, go lucky, throwing caution to the wind, and that is fine. Except in this case, I think you came to the edge of the cliff when reality kind of sets in. Perhaps what's holding you back has something to do, and I believe it does have something to do with this experience. All right. So on the other side of the Magician is the Ace of Wands. Now the Ace of Wands, this is you're having a fresh start. You're having a new start. It's under the Fool card. And I think that this is what they're pointing out is it's not all over with, you know. This is just a bump in the road right here. This Four of Wands energy that you were in, okay, you had hopes of starting a home and family and, you know, going the distance with somebody. Is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is about confusion and love. So you do have, there's more confusion here. So we have anxiety, stress, and confusion that's surrounding this reading. And part of that confusion is love. Perhaps that's what's holding you back on moving forward on your own. The universe wants you to move forward. They need you to heal to move forward. The Hermit, remember the Hermit now? The Hermit is shining their lantern on the stress and confusion and the anxiety associated with it. So I think it has something to do with love. So I think it was a one-sided love relationship. I see the Knight of Cups. This is under the Magician, revealing that what was presented as a cup with lots of room for love, it turned out to be a cup that already had something in it. So you definitely had love. The other person, they weren't ready to settle down. You know, they did. That was like the furthest thing from their mind. From looking at this section of the reading, there is a new start on the horizon. So that's a card of hope. The Queen of Wands is a huge card of hope. So this cup that you thought was love, it turned out to be more and more and more stressful. I mean, just kind of like you feeling like you were being dragged through the mud, anxiety, confusion. It's about being worn out. You got totally worn out from this Knight of Cups being offered, and it turning out not to be what you think it is. Totally wore you out. I don't know if you can hear, there's big trucks going down the road or something out here. So my conclusion here is heal so that you can move forward. If there's something you need to say to help you to move forward, something that you meant to say, get it out there. Say it. What's the worst that can happen? That you heal more and that you can move forward more quickly and leave this confusion and stress behind. So Aries, this is your reading. And thank you for watching Universal Guidance.